Hello everyone, welcome to Anonymous World. Hope you're all doing well. So today is day 2 of Advent of Cyber 2023. So let's get started. Okay, so day 2 is log analysis. OData all ye faithful. So after yesterday's resounding success, Honeywell walks into Antarctic Crowd's office with a gleaming smile, and she takes out her company issued laptop from her knapsack and decides to check the news. And what's on the news? Traffic on the North 15 highway. Glad I is getting to work today. She posts a not fit notification from the best festival company's international communication tool, Pings. And the name of that tool is Holy Chat. So it's another task. It reads the B team has been tasked with understanding the network of Antarctic craft South Pole site. Taking a minute to think about the task ahead, Hannibal realizes that Antarctic craft has no fancy technologies that captures events on the network. No tech, no problem. And she decides to open up her Python terminal. So what are the learning objectives? In today's tasks, we will get an introduction to what data science involves and how it can be applied in cybersecurity, a gentle introduction to Python, and get to work with some popular Python libraries such as Pandas and Matplotlib, and help Honeybell establish an understanding of Antarctic Craft's network. So accessing the machine. So we need to start the machine, and a split screen is also available. So let's start the machine. Okay, so here's the split screen. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, then there is an introduction to data science 101. So it basically goes through a few terminologies and basics of data science. You can quickly go through that. So it explains about roles and responsibilities of a data scientist. That includes data collection, data processing, mining, analysis, and then visualization or communication, which is an important phase because even if you have the answers to the universe, no one will understand if you can't present them clearly. And data can be visualized as charts, tables, maps, etc. etc. Now, data science and cybersecurity, how it can be used there. So, analyzing data such as log events leads to an intelligent understanding of ongoing events within an organization. Using data science for anomaly detection is also a perfect example. So, some other uses of data science is given SIAM, threat analysis, and predictive analysis. Moving forward, there is an introduction to Jupyter Notebooks. So, what is Jupyter Notebooks? It is an open source documents. These are open source documents containing code, text, and terminal functionality, and they are very much popular in the data science and education community. Why? Because they can be easily shared and executed across systems. Okay, let's see. So there are some basic example of Jupyter Notebook. Let's go to the first example. You will see an example of Jupyter Notebook in the screenshot below, and note how there are both formatted text and Python code being processed. Okay, sales acts just like an interpreter. So this means you can run code like arithmetic, and well, anything else you can do an interpreter. So in first line it says print hello world, so it's basically just print the hello world. Now using multiple cells. So normally when one notebook is executed, it will step through each cell until it runs into a problem. So each step the netbook done is indicated by the n hashtag. Okay, so it represents the line next to the cell where hashtag would be the value of order it was executed. So naturally, if there is no issue, the notebook will proceed to next cell where its n hashtag value would now become 2. So you can see the next line is print, see how the n2 value is 2, and it basically prints that. Okay, so before we begin working with Jupyter's Notebook for today's practicals, we must become familiar with the interface. So let's return to the machine we deployed at the start of the task. Okay, so let's open this in full screen. So you will be presented with two main panes. One on the left is the file explorer, okay, this one, and on the right is your workspace, this big one, launcher. So this pane is where the notebook will open. Initially we are presented with a launcher screen, so you can see the types of notebooks that the machine supports. For now, let's left click on the Python 3 icon under the notebook heading to create our first notebook. Okay, click on this. Yeah. So you can double click the folder icon in the file explorer to open and close the file explorer. This may be helpful on smaller resolution. The notebook interface is illustrated below. Okay, so you can see it has labeled different icons like delete cell, add cell, duplicate cell, run, etc. etc. Now moving to the practical part. For the best learning experience, it is strongly recommended to follow along using the Jupyter notebooks stored on the VM. Okay, so Python 3 crash course. The notebook for the section can be found in Intro to Python, Python 3 crash course.ip. That let's close this first one. So this is the first module, Python 3 crash course. So there are readable text like introduction to what is Python. Okay, then some example are given there like print hello world. Okay, so it prints out hello world. Remember to press shift plus enter or the run button. So let's try changing this. Do that and click on run. So you can see it prints out hello world hello. Okay, so it's a basic introduction to Python. You can go through that. Then it explains about list, then important importing libraries. So let's go through this. So what is a library? It is a collection of code that can be imported into application. You can think of it as plugin, and these are extremely important because it allows you to add functionality to your program. So in today's task, we will be introduced to pandas and matplotlib libraries. So to import a library, we just need to use import uh, command and the name of the library. So if you want to import pandas, we just use import pandas. And we can also rename it for our convenience, like in this case it is rename pandas to pd. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, variables or lists, python pandas. Okay, so indexing always start with 0. Now data frame can extend a series because they are grouping of series. In this case they can be compared to a spreadsheet or database because they can be thought of as a table with rows and columns. To illustrate this concept, we load the following data into a data frame. So name, age and country residence. So for this, we will create a two-dimensional list. Remember, a data frame has rows and columns, so we need to provide each row with data in respective column. So a walkthrough is given here. You can go through that. Remember, okay. So a two-dimensional data frame is created. Like now, we create a new variable known as df to store the data frame using the list from above. We will need to specify the columns in order of the list. So when name, then we have age, and then we have country of residence. So df is data frame here, and dd is pandas library. Okay, so now it is being stored in df, and then if you print df, you can use df to print that these all values: name, age and country of residence. Another library is python matplotlib. Okay, so you can go back and follow the tutorial. So it is for data frame, employee, department and price is given, and third one must be for intro to matplotlib. Okay, so creating our first plot. So it has defined how you can create charts and bars and graphs using matplotlib. So plt.plot. Okay, let's go to final thing, which is capstone. So we have learned how to process data using pandas and matplotlib. Continue on to the workbook.ipynb notebook located at 4 capstone on the VM. Remember, you everything you need to answer the question below has been provided in the notebooks on the VM. You will just need to account for the new data set. Okay, So open the notebook workbook located in your directory 4 capstone on the VM. Use what you've learned today to analyze the packet capture. Go back. This is the fourth one. This is the traffic which was captured. So it has different columns: packet number, timestamp, source, destination, and protocol. Let's see this. So it is just a blank notebook. We can close this for now. And this one is the workbook on which we have to work. So your task is to apply the skill learned throughout today's task to analyze the packet capture from Antarctic Craft's network. You will need to use pandas to group the analyze the data in source, destination, and protocol. So these three columns are of most important for us now. And we need to use functions such as sum, average, size to describe this grouping. Okay, so the packet capture in the required libraries Hemp is already imported for us. So pandas is known as PD, and the packet capture network traffic is CSV DF. Okay, so make sure you press run shift plus enter on every cell within this notebook, and if you modify the code in your cell you will need to rerun it. So these are the three questions we need to answer: how many packets were captured, what IP address sent the most amount of traffic, and what was the most frequent protocol. So let's go to the first one. How many packets were captured? Looking at the packet number. Okay. So this is the required code. We don't need to modify it. If it is importing pandas library and matplotlib library, then we have here data frame, which is reading the CSV file network traffic.csv, and again we are requesting for first five data. So it is giving us first five data from network.csv file. Okay. So your code below. So here you will need to use pandas count function on the data frame. For example, data frame.count. Okay, and remember the data frame in this notebook is called DF, not data frame. Okay, so let's do that. We can use df dot count function. Okay, dot count and run shift plus enter. Okay, so packet number is 100. So then the error was coming because I we need to run every cell on this notebook, but what I was doing, I was doing hitting enter first and then I was running the code, so it wasn't working. So now it's working. So the packet number is 100. So the answer to this question is 100. Okay, so what IP address sent the most amount of traffic during the packet capture? So now we want to find the uh, so now we want to find the which IP address sent the most uh, traffic. So we need to analyze the source. Let's go ahead. So data frame dot group by column name and then dot sign. Okay, so what we need to do is data frame is known as DF. Then we need to group the results. Okay, then column name, here the our column name will be source because we are analyzing source here, like source IP, and then the site. Okay, see. Okay, so which one is the most? Okay, the 15 is highest, so it's 10.10.1.4. Now moving to the third question, what was the most frequent protocol? So it is basically the same thing. Let's edit in this one only. So now instead of source, we need to analyze the protocol column. Let's run this. Okay, so DNS 25, HTTP 24, and ICMP is 27, which is the highest one. So we can write here ICMP. Okay, so that was all in day 2. You can explore this Jupyter notebook on your own now. And remember to run every cell of the notebook Uh, so that's it for this video. I will see you tomorrow in day 4. Till then, sorry, day 3. Till then, keep learning.